you ever looked in the eyes of a newborn baby? They're just so beautiful. You look into the eyes of a little child and you see so much wonder. You wonder, what will happen in this child's life? Will this child be successful? What will the future hold for this child? Could you imagine looking into the eyes of Jesus as a baby, as an infant? What beautiful eyes. What a beautiful life this child must have. But as we heard in our gospel tonight, and as we know, the birth of Jesus for Mary and Joseph, when Mary became pregnant, not under the easiest of circumstances. And then to have to travel almost 100 miles to Bethlehem for the census and to bear a child in a manger. Circumstances not easy. And then what happens? King Herod gets wind of this newborn baby that will be a king. And so he has all the children slaughtered. And Mary, Joseph, and Jesus, they have to flee to a foreign country, living amongst other people, not their own. Not the easiest of circumstances. And then Simeon, we hear today, he says Jesus will be the rise and the fall of many. And to Mary, a sword will pierce your hearts. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm thinking if I were Mary and Joseph, I'd be like, okay, that's nice, Simeon, but really, did you have to tell us that? Circumstances not the most ideal for the Holy Family. So what is God telling us? That the very Holy Family would experience these kinds of trials and tribulations and difficulties. What God is telling us is that too, in our lives, we will face challenges in our families in particular. So many families today, there's so many trials that they go through. It's amazing. I'm always inspired at how they handle those challenges. The people, the families that I really admire the most, it's just like the Holy Family. How did the Holy Family get through those challenges? They prayed together as a family. They grew stronger as a family. They drew on their own love and trust for each other. They drew on their love and trust in God's plan. And they were able to endure the challenges that came their way. And so in our own lives, we too have the opportunity to be like the Holy Family, to work through those challenges, the difficulties that we face in life. And so God is telling us that the Holy Family is holy because of the way they face their challenges, drawing their strength from God, from their faith, from their love of one another. The family is the cornerstone of a healthy society. The family is where we learn to love and to give love. The family is where we learn to pray. We learn to forgive each other. The family is where we learn how to deal with all the stresses and the challenges that we face in life. If we do this as a family, we too will be a holy family. A Supreme Court judge, after doing a civil ceremony and marrying a couple, he gave them advice. He said, "Don't let your family become like a courtroom, but may it become more like a confessional." A courtroom, you're always putting up your side, you're presenting your case, why this should be right, why this is wrong. You're presenting your case, you're arguing your case in a courtroom. But really, the family should be like a confessional, where you recognize where and how you could have done better. I know in my family, the D word was thrown around a lot growing up. Divorce. It's a horrible word. No one should have to experience that kind of pain. But our family persevered. Yes, it was like a courtroom quite often, especially when the D word would be thrown around. But our family persevered through a lot of challenges throughout our lives. Today, we recognize the love and the support of each other in our family that makes us strong as well. And so, I have been blessed by having a good family, a family that recognizes the importance of love in its family. But the Holy Family should teach us one more thing, and that is that our family is not just limited to the bloodline or the DNA, but our families should be about a love line. How our families are the cornerstone upon which a society as one family is built. I was going through Christmas cards. I love getting Christmas cards, especially from people that I haven't seen in a while, because I get to see how their children have grown up. Tom and Krista, they couldn't have children, so they adopted 2 children. They expanded their family, not just to a bloodline, but to a love line. Lori and Elliot, they had a child, but it was a difficult pregnancy. They went on to adopt 2 more children. One of them, Hank from Korea. The other is Mamadou, who's 7'6". He's from Senegal. Great family. Kobe and Vanessa taught me about forgiveness and perseverance. I can't name this family. The husband was abusive. She valued the family. She had to take the children and leave. She valued the family. God doesn't call us to live in abusive situations. Will and Nancy adopted 2 children. One of the guys I went through the seminary with would have made a great priest, father of 4. He said yes to life. A great example of family. Friend from grade school, still today part of my family. A couple who lost their child late in pregnancy. Matt and Lisa, they showed me how precious the gift of life is. Family is bloodline. Family is about the DNA. But family is so much more than that. Family is about a love line. Compassion that we show not just for our own families, but that we show for all people, all families. If we do this, then our family will be a holy family as well.